welcome back, everyone, finally, to another episode of the Fogcast. Episode
First of
5.
2025.
Yeah, first of 2025, first video of 2025. It's all
Yeah,
back. It's all back. It's fucking,
because
we're back.
someone hasn't been playing games and recording them and failing to edit. And I'm not pointing any fingers, but there's this one person named Majora Voice Actor who might not be making content.
I don't know, bro. He seems to be putting in some effort. I don't know. And
Yeah, like a Marvel's video, a Marvel Rivals video that's supposed to be coming out, and you've been editing
okay.
for like a month.
Okay, it's not been a month. But, anyways,
Mm.
here is my co-host, Creeper, also known as Communist Creeper, also known as the guy who's been here for all the episodes beside me.
Yeah, also
Uh,
known as the person who came up with the idea for the podcast but didn't want to put it on their channel.
well, yeah, that too. Well, we both came up with the podcast. Okay, we both.
Well,
Anyways,
I came to you with the idea to do the podcast, but like we didn't really formulate what it was going to be yet. Yeah.
yeah, no, but shit. Anyways, we're getting a bit off topic. Okay, today we'd like to talk about the astounding news of the 2v8 news,
Yes.
just in
It's
general.
back
It's back finally.
again,
Again.
third time. Resident Evil theme this time. So that means 3 new killers in the fog for 2v8. That being the Legion because of their hunk skin, Nemesis and Wesker, also known as the Mastermind.
And not gonna lie, it's pretty good. And also,
Yeah, it's fun.
it's not that bad. I've played it. Again, I have not played any for Survivor, so maybe my opinions
I
will
played
change.
it.
But I've only
Survivor's
played for Killer.
always weaker than Killer for me personally. I'm more of a Killer player to begin with, so.
Yeah, that's fair enough. I'm more even in the middle, but I do like to defend my Killer players. Okay, because Killer, I'm just gonna say it, it's harder than Survivor. Simple as that.
Yeah, also more fun though. So,
Oh yeah, and also more
although
fun. Yeah.
I will say it's funny. I have a P100 Nicolas Cage now. I know, congratulate me. But I mostly play Killer. I just think it's funny to have Nicolas Cage be level 100. That's quite
Yeah,
funny because
bro.
it's Nicolas Cage.
Prestige 100 Nicolas Cage. But no, anyways though, I'd like to say though, I do like the content release at 2v8, but the only thing I wish for is for them to have more killers. Although for RE it makes sense because they only have those two skins, the Blight skin and
And they already introduced
Hunk.
Blight last time, so you can't reintroduce him again.
Exactly, so it makes 100% sense for that. Uh, what is it for the blight, like the skin and stuff like that. But the only thing I'd want from 2v8 is instead of releasing 3 killers, release 4, and I think that's like a good healthy balance. Although I guess it is pretty difficult for them to also get, beside the license, they need to also get permission from the license owners to be able to put it in
Yeah.
2v8.
And then
To be able to
also they
make it
have to
without
figure out
killers.
how those powers are going to interact with each other.
Yeah, and there's stuff like
It's
that.
probably the biggest problem they're having because they would have more original killers in 2v8 if it was like the licensing just being the issue.
Yeah, and also some status effects being a bit iffy to have in the game mode. Like, for example, uh, that's why Doctor and Hag aren't in there yet. I mean, Hag,
Yeah,
I think, is pretty alright. It's just Hag's a really weak killer who needs a lot of setup, and
yeah,
she's going against 8 people, so they're going to need to
yeah.
really step up the game for Hag. And also for Doctor, again, Doctor's a pretty slower paced killer, and also,
I still want him. Give that to me.
oh yeah, I
I want him in
100% want
2v8.
Doctor in 2v8, but he's a bit more slower paced and better for the 1v4 mode, the regular mode of DBD. But at the same time, he could do pretty good there.
Yeah.
And honestly, who do you think? What do you think 2v8 is going to be going forward, Creeper? What's your opinions on it?
It's gonna have long wait times still. They're probably never gonna figure that out.
Yeah, even with bots.
And
Oh, that's also
yeah,
what I want to say about bots. Because a lot of people had like a bit of a problem with the bots in the mode, um, which I understand because having like bot teammates kind of sucks. Even if sometimes they can be cracked at looping, it's to make servers better. But I know a lot of people have complained enough for DVD to disable bots in the mode. Apparently,
yeah. Although I've gotten a a game with a bot from the
really.
beginning. Yeah.
Wow.
So I
Okay.
don't know if they completely disabled it,
Maybe
but
they just
they are
disable
trying to
it.
get rid of it.
But if someone leaves the queue, then it gets replaced with the bot.
And maybe that's it. Yeah.
So that actually does make sense. But yeah,
Yeah.
I think it has a lot of potential, and I do like the interactions with killers. I thought the palette we're building and the flashlights were going to be a bit more out of hand. They're not really at all. I barely get flashlighted
I've
and
yet
or
to get
palette stunned.
flashlighted so far.
I
But that
I
could
don't
just be
think
because they're bad.
I don't think I've gotten flashlighted once. I can't remember if I have or not. But I know I think I've been pallet stunned just once, maybe. I'm not sure though. I'm trying to think back to it. But
Yeah.
honestly though, I feel like they could add some more killers, probably 4 killers at a time. And if they can't, then 3 killers is good enough. But like I kind of just wish they would keep it on the back burner for a while for
Yeah.
2v8 and then release
And
it
also,
simultaneously or have 2v8 still there in the regular
yeah.
game just as a permanent game mode. Because
Yeah.
here's the thing, I know every time it releases, the servers get unbalanced because people want to go into
Yeah.
2v8 and then other people who are playing normal matches they're like, damn, 2v8's screwing it up. If they just keep it out and have no content updates for it, people aren't going to want to play
Just that.
2v8
Yeah.
as much and just as that, so it will balance out eventually.
Yeah. If they just keep, that's why I don't understand why they have to make these limited time modes. If you just keep them,
Yeah,
they'll
it will
probably
balance out eventually because
balance
some
out with
people
the
will
rest of
just
the
get tired of it,
servers.
right? But
Yeah.
it's just
Because right now
like,
the queue times are insane.
yeah, they are pretty insane. Like I remember having to wait for a match for Wesker and it took, I'm pretty sure, 25 minutes. So it is pretty
That's
bad.
crazy.
Um,
That's crazy.
Honestly, 25 minutes for a match. Luckily, though, being on PC, you got your alt tab and then going to watch some YouTube.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, that's what I do.
very, very nice. And then Opera are telling me when the game actually does its thing and I'm loading in. But beside 2v8 actually being a pretty good game mode, and I'm not gonna lie, every time it has come back, it has been really good. Like, genuinely, it has been pretty good. No complaints really from me. It's supposed to be chaotic, it's supposed to be unbalanced. It's just a fun game mode. But
Hmm.
beside um, randomness of game modes, I gotta talk about a bit of a disappointing one, being Chaos Shuffle coming back.
Yeah.
Not
I
just
did
normal
not care
Chaos
at
Shuffle.
all.
Yeah, you're gonna have your Peter Griffin moment. You're gonna say, "I did not care for Chaos Shuffle,"
I, uh, I do not care for cash at all.
because the simple fact is, they branded it as a D&D Chaos Shuffle, so everyone was getting
Had
hyped.
nothing to do with D&D as well.
Yeah, I know, and that's the funny thing. They branded it as D&D Chaos Shuffle, and all they literally had to do, which would have been a very good addition, imagine being able to re-roll your perks in a match. Interacting with something maybe and rolling a dice to re-roll your perks in a match. That's all they could have done, and they could have challenges associated with it saying re-roll your perks in a match or something like that.
Or even they could have just had it like at the beginning where you could like
Yeah,
just
you could
roll
actually
a
roll.
die
Yeah, you could
and
roll a
like
die and it's
you
random.
get better perks depending on what it landed on.
Yeah, and they could scale it by that, and there are a lot of perks in the game, so it will be a bit hard to scale, but I'm pretty sure they will be able to do it there and be able to do it right. But
Yeah.
it's just really disappointing because seeing the D&D Chaos Shuffle thing, the only thing they did with it was to market new D&D cosmetics.
Yeah, and like in the like mini like tome they had, it was free D&D stuff, mostly dragons, but yeah.
Yeah, like imagine someone giving you a vanilla cake. This is how I describe it. Imagine someone giving you a vanilla cake with sprinkles on it, but then you realize it's not vanilla cake at all. It's actually just mayonnaise on a cake with plastic sprinkles. And that's how,
Scrumptious.
yeah, that's not scrumptious.
It sucks because Vecna's one of my favorite killers to play as.
I I personally dislike Vecna, but I feel like
Wah wah
he
wah.
should. Okay, don't wow wow wow. Don't fucking wow 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 me. But
Hey guys, 500 subs by the end of the year, he will make a Vecna video. Trust.
I will not. I will not. Okay, maybe I
No, he
will.
will. Trust.
Maybe I will, but I will not. You will not. You will not subject me to that. I will not play
I
that killer.
will. I will do as I please.
Okay, okay, buddy. Either way, with the D&D Chaos Shuffle, it is very disappointing, and I feel like the devs can do better than to market cosmetics.
I just did the challenges and that's it.
Yeah,
Never touched it after that.
yeah, honestly. But beside that, for us speculating now, DBD is going to release new game modes. I feel like we should speculate about the new March chapter. That's going to be coming
Yes.
out, because that one's going to be apparently, I think, is it just going to be one killer? I'm pretty
It's
sure,
just a killer, yeah.
just a
No
killer,
no map, no
and
survivor,
it's
just
apparently
killing.
going to be a copyrighted killer too. So it's going to be someone
Yes, it's a
from a
license.
copyrighted license series.
Yeah.
So 100%
I
confirmed
mean
for
all
this.
killers are copyrighted. It's just the original stuff is copyrighted by behavior.
Yeah, and remember, this is not going to be what is it? FNAF. FNAF is
FNAF.
later on.
FNAF is probably June,
Yeah, it's
probably.
somewhere
Because
in the
technically it
summer.
could be like August or like probably June though.
Yeah, so it's not going to be then. It's going to be uh in the summer. So what I think it might be, I have a few ideas in my head. A lot of people
Same on
are
me.
like leakers are saying it's going to be apparently
Tokyo
Tokyo
Ghoul,
Ghoul,
that's the other
which I've never watched, and
same.
I think it would be a bit random if they had an anime as a chapter. It would be the first time too, because
Yeah, technically they
it
said that
only
this license is probably going to make people angry, so that's why it makes me think that it could be Tokyo Ghoul, because people would be
yeah
like, anime, who cares about? So
yeah
that's why I think it might. If I think those leaks might be true,
they could
might
be
because
true because
remember
we
we
got
had
Houndmaster.
everything from we had everything from Alien all the way to Houndmaster leaked.
Yeah,
So like
like all the way there.
technically we had Alien all the way Dark Lord all leaked around the same time, and then later Houndmaster was leaked. But
Yeah,
still, like, so it's completely possible that this was actually leaked because it happens all the time now.
yeah, exactly. So it actually
And
could
without
be
FNAF,
about.
come on, leakers, step on it.
Yeah, bro, come on, get the FNAF stuff. Maybe the FNAF stuff is like very early in development right now for
No,
what they're
that wouldn't
going to.
make sense. They finished their chapters about a year away from release.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, dude, leakers, get on it. But
Leakers get on them.
but no, for the Tokyo Ghoul thing, I have no idea what's about. I've never watched it, and I feel like it would be
Yeah,
super
same.
random to have that, considering they've had other anime collabs in the past, being Attack on Titan, and
Same.
that was not a chapter. That was just skins and a whole lot of
Yeah.
skins. So it'd be
Some thick
a
skins
random.
on Oni though.
Oh
Gotta
yeah,
give 'em that.
really thick skins. I don't know. To be fair, but yeah, no. So it'd be a bit random if they had this anime that I don't really hear much people talking about anymore. Um,
Although if it is Tokyo Ghoul, I will watch the anime just for Dead by Daylight.
oh yeah,
Trust.
to see
Trust.
what it's about. Maybe who knows? It's like pretty good and everything like that. I've not seen it personally. If I were to give a better anime to do it on, something for the dark world of Dead by Daylight, it would be Berserk for me, personally. Berserk,
Dude, that stuff's weird though. I don't know.
I don't know. I
This
mean,
looks
Berserk
weird.
Berserk really has what is it, inspired a lot of stuff like with Dark Souls, with Bloodborne, with a lot of
Yeah,
games.
I know it's still weird though.
Oh yeah, no, a lot of the stuff in it
What
can
is
be
a
pretty weird,
good anime that
but
most animes I watch are romances, so like
yeah. Fair enough.
I don't I don't I don't really know what a good
But
killer for an anime would be.
but for that, I could either think of like two things, which some people have thought of: Demon Slayer having Muzan as a killer, or some people saying Berserk with Griffith as a killer. Um,
Yeah.
they're pretty good suggestions, but I personally don't know what would be like really that good of anime. Personally, I would like Berserk, but I don't think it would ever happen. I think that's like
Funniest
a
funniest
huge
answer.
long shot.
I know the funniest answer for what anime could be for Dead by Daylight.
What do you think?
Melon from Beastars.
Oh my god.
He is a serial killer, but he's also an animal. So
They could make it work. but no, either way with the anime stuff, beside the anime stuff, which it's maybe confirmed for it to be Tokyo Ghoul. Well not 100%.
people just say that.
People are
Leak,
saying it.
quote unquote leakers say that. So I guess
Yeah.
we'll see. The PTV should be coming out either next week or the week after, so we're going to be learning pretty
Yeah,
soon.
we will learn this pretty soon. This is in the scoop, in the drama. We will know, right? But I hope it isn't Tokyo Ghoul because I don't know anything about it, and I don't think much people will be hyped for it. So I feel like it'd be like a little bit of a wasted collab because it's not something you would think of. Like if you were to think of like recent anime, even like going some safe option with Demon Slayer, where that should be a good job or something like that. But again, it's kind of like it's a here or there situation. It's a bit iffy. Personally, though, if
Mm-hmm.
I were to have any licensed killers, again, I would have someone like Jason. But I feel like Jason would I would want him to come with a survivor because that's
Oh
a
yeah,
definite one
on
shot.
Tommy Jarvis.
Yeah, with Tommy Jarvis, and even like if they had another killer in there, maybe if they couldn't get the rights really to use Arnold, they should have Predator because I feel like Predator would
Yeah,
also be a good one.
but
Although,
there's
yeah,
and if they can't get Arnold, there are other characters from the original Predator. Because I
yeah,
would probably want original Predator because the other Predator movies aren't that great. Although Prey, that Predator and the main character who her name is slipping from my mind right now, those would also be good options for that.
they could be pretty good options, but again, it
And
kind
there
of
and
depends.
there is going to be a Predator movie later this year, so if they want to do a Predator chapter, it'd probably be a good year to do it.
Yeah, I mean, I think an easy license they could easily get into DVD as well. Again, it kind of depends because it is a pretty violent license, but again, DVD is all about violence. Is Terrifier in DVD as well because the
Yeah, the
creator was
people behind
very
it say they
adamant.
want it to happen, so
Yeah, the creator is very adamant about it happening, so they're completely down. So it's just up to DVD, but I'm not sure because there was a lot of drama continuing with that where it's like the creator kind of like it's basically saying, "Hey, act Dead by Daylight." He did it kind of very unprofessionally. He didn't like try to reach
face
out to. He just kind of said, "Hey, hey, try to get this in the game or whatever like that." And it's like that's not how it works. You got to contact them.
bad too.
So
You
that's
ain't
like,
you ain't ready for the chat.
yeah, you ain't ready for the Terrifier, bro. But yeah, Terrifier is pretty gory. So I don't even think they'd even really be able to do their Mori justice, or they have the fucking Mori be like 20 minutes long. Because
Yeah,
I've heard about some stuff with Terrifier too. I have not even watched three, so I don't even know what happens there. But
they kill a kid in that one.
really, jeez,
Yeah, awesome.
damn, bro. Well, I don't know. I feel like they could have Terrifier in there too, because the creator's really adamant about it. But I'm honestly
I like how you say
pretty
Terrifier as if that's his name.
Yeah, well, Art the clown in
Yeah,
there.
Art the Clown.
I feel like they would call
What
him
would
the
they call him
Terrifier
though?
though.
Yeah,
He,
I guess they would have to call him the Terrifier because it's already Clown.
yeah,
Jeffrey Hawk.
yeah. So it's most likely going to be the Terrifier. But yeah, that's basically I'd say all of the license. But speaking of a licensed character, I'd say one character that would genuinely be pretty good would be someone like what is it? Uh, Trying to think of one here. Maybe they could have Leprechaun. Leprechaun would be pretty fun.
Little crash. Little creep. That'd be cool.
Yeah, he'd be pretty
Another small killer for Chucky.
fun. Yeah, another small killer in the game, bro. But he could be a bit of like a more fun license. I would like for him to be the game. That would be pretty funny. Um,
Yeah.
but yeah,
They
no.
better give if they were to add him, they better have voice lines though.
Oh, definitely. They need to have voice lines for Leprechaun if they add him. But yeah, no. With this license, though, I'd say for licensed killers. Speaking of the forgotten licensed character, Freddy, and his recent rework. What do you think could be the potential of other reworks?
We gotta get a Trapper rework eventually. I'm not gonna lie. Trapper's kind of crappy.
Yeah, that's
Wouldn't mind
that's
it.
completely fair.
Wouldn't mind a Hag one a rework either. Wouldn't mind that.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind some sort of Trapper rework in a sense, or at least like huge buffs for Trapper. For
At least have some of his traps start opened. At least that. Come on, he
yeah,
has to set up all of them. Really?
yeah, and just have them like pre-spawn at loops,
Yeah. Okay.
and then it could be pretty good. But yeah, no. Beside that, I think for Freddy's rework though, they did an amazing job. Honestly,
Hmm.
like a really amazing job. I I thought they were gonna screw it up again because the first time they reworked Freddy, like his power was like really simple back in the old DVD days. He just used to pull you into the dream world, and that's all he really did. And he kind of caused you the oblivious status effect, and that's kind of all he really did. He just pull you in the
Yeah.
dream world, and that's kind of it for
Yeah.
just for that. And I mean, then they were like, okay, we need to come up with a new power for him, so they gave him his what is it? His little blood stains on the
Dream Snare?
ground. Yeah, dream
Oh yeah, the
snares.
blood stain. That's it. Yeah.
Yeah, little blood-stained dream snares on the ground, and then they gave him as well the dream pallets,
Yeah.
and they had those separated for some reason into add-ons, which is really
Which is
really
stupid.
bad because he basically has no power most of the time, especially
Yeah.
with
Without those two things, which aren't even that great to begin with.
yeah. So they're like, okay, well here's our third shot at reworking them, so he can now teleport to exegates, and he well with a certain add-on, I'm pretty sure. Um, and he can also teleport to people who are healing the dream world, and I'm pretty sure people who are trying to be woke up from the dream world
Yeah, I'm pretty
as
sure.
well. I'm kind of 50-50 on that because I haven't played Freddy that much. But yeah, I think this is really cool to see, but I feel like it's not really going to cause a resurgence of people playing Freddy hardcore because he still has no new cosmetics.
Yeah.
So
And we're probably never gonna see any new cosmetics.
yeah, and there probably won't be any new cosmetics because instead of choosing a better Freddy, they choose the worst version of Freddy,
Yeah.
which is very disappointing. I feel like they could just put a costume on him to have old Freddy there, and feel like the old actor for Freddy would not mind at least getting
Something
his face scan in the game and then a voice acting Freddy, but he said he can't play Freddy anymore.
RP.
So
He's
That's
not dead. I
unfortunate.
just
Yeah, he's
thought
not. Yeah, he's not dead. He's not dead. Creeper, Creeper is not saying he's dead. He can't really play Freddy anymore, which is fair.
although I don't. Yeah,
Some people
although
move
I
on from
would
other
like
roles.
Candyman in the game, but I don't know if that could happen now in the
Yeah,
best extent.
who knows?
Because it's
Maybe
hard.
it could, that licensed character could be Candyman, and they already
That would
recorded
be
voice
so.
lines
I
with
would
Tony Todd.
if that was Candyman, I would be so happy. I would be so happy if that was Candyman.
Yeah,
Tony Todd voice acting him. R.I.P. Tony.
yeah. R.I.P. my man. R.I.P. Venom.
Yeah, he's also Venom in Spider-Man 2.
Yeah,
Did a good job with that voice.
really good job with that voice, but yeah, super. I feel like that would be really cool. I actually completely forgot with the Candyman. With that, I feel like Candyman would actually be another good killer. But
I would love
yeah,
Candyman. Yeah.
they already said they were going to rework other killers like Skull Merchant, for example. Skull Merchant, they said, is getting a rework later on in the year. So basically, what they did, they said, fuck you to all the Scully players," and just made
Yeah.
her terrible, and
Yeah.
and then said, "We're gonna rework your killer in a year. Good luck, because
But
everyone
that
hates
makes
you."
so much sense. Just make them really crappy so no one plays them, and then rework.
Yeah, it's just unfortunate for anyone who mains them, because imagine like one of your friends Creeper, like Tailcoat,
Yeah, he does play a
Tailcoat,
lot of
Tailcoat,
Solomon.
Tailcoat playing Knight, and then Knight gets gutted.
It's funny. No, it's funny. He plays a good amount of Skull Merchant, but obviously his main's Knight. But it's funny, like all of his killers keep on getting screwed over.
Yeah, all of his killers get screwed over in some way, which kind of sucks for them, dude. It's like, dude, I start to think Behavior had a personal vendetta against me. It's
Dude, they're
like,
spying on him. They're gonna get him.
yeah, they're gonna get him, bro.
Those French
But
Canadians are gonna get him.
yeah, but speaking of French Canadians getting people, they're getting their money. They're stealing their money because the Junji Ito collection. For that, a bit old drama at this point, but I felt like we still need to cover it because it could be pretty like bad if it's not really covered now, like to warn people about it. Because when they first introduced the Junji Ito collection to the game, it was pretty cool. I really like the skins. I think Dredge,
Yeah.
obviously getting the best skins in the game always. They always cook, like it's not a bad skin. Um, but the only thing is, for countries that it isn't available for, they still had the news tab up, so people were still able to buy them. But then when they
Yeah.
asked for a refund, then they didn't get their refund. They just simply denied them and go like, "Oh yeah, well you got in your account, but you can't play as the person. We're not going to give your money back normally or in Oryx else." And then some people posted about it and basically said, yeah, Behavior is just straight up scamming people. So people made such a fuss about it that Behavior finally ended up changing. And I can't remember, did they get Oryx cells back or did they get money back?
I think they got Oryx cells back.
Okay, so Oryx cells back, which they
Could
should
be
have done in
wrong.
the first place. And it does kind of
Yeah.
set a scary precedent for the game if you don't pressure Behavior publicly into doing that. Then you basically don't get your stuff back. You don't get it back. You just straight up get scammed, like actually get scammed, which is kind of crazy because you kind of have to then check, oh, is this skin allowed in my country that I can use in game, or can I not use it in game? Because you won't know, right? Because it doesn't say, and it doesn't lock you off from it. It just has the news tab there, so it's very unfortunate for anyone who got caught in the crossfire for that.
Mm-hmm.
But what are your thoughts about it, Creeper? Do you think Behavior
Yeah.
needs to learn on that and not
Well,
do
I
that?
understand like how this could like mistakenly happen, but like As soon as they were informed about it, they should have just given a refund.
Yeah, genuinely, I don't know why they're so stingy about it. Cause like just giving back the org cells, there's if you do that, then they're going to know, oh, this company is really good and just was able to give me uh, a refund on the skin and the org cells and stuff like that. So then I will continue to purchase stuff in the future. It's just a net negative to just put your foot down and go like, no, you're not getting it back. Like,
Yeah,
I don't know why they do that. It's just
that's
really,
weird.
it's really really weird. They could easily have not done that and just went like, here's your work cells back, but
My bad.
yeah, my bad for that. But no, it's not even that. It's actually quite disappointing, honestly. But I'm not
I
gonna.
blame you, Ote. I blame you. You personally did this.
Definitely Matthew Cote definitely did this. He wrote out every email. But no, no.
Yeah,
Here's the thing.
even if they're signed like someone else, it's him.
Yeah,
It's
it's
him.
definitely him. He's just sitting at the computer. But no, don't actually harass any of the devs. I was gonna
We love
say,
Matthew Kote.
yeah,
We
we
love
love
Matthew
Matthew
Kote.
Cote. We love
I think he's done a
Eric
pretty good
Pope.
job so far.
Okay, he did a pretty good job so far. We should not harass him. Okay, and the thing is, don't harass any of the devs. It's behavior as a company. Going after the individual developers is just
The harassment for
sickening.
you should do that.
Wait, what?
Harassment for do that. Trust.
It's definitely trust, but no, no, don't don't go out and harass DBD devs because it's just a really shitty thing to do, and that's what I'd say. I don't really like about some YouTubers because some YouTubers personally blame some of the developers or some of the lead people um was in charge for some of the stuff, like as in not really like lead people but more like devs, and it's like this doesn't really have anything to do with the devs. It's mostly the company in general. Now, game bugs
Yeah.
you can blame on the devs, but you can't just blame it on an
So,
individual person. That's the team of devs
yeah,
in that case.
sometimes you miss things. It happens in life.
Yes,
It's still
people
an
make
indie game, like
mistakes. Simple.
big, but it's still an indie game.
Yeah, it's probably the biggest indie game. Well, not biggest indie game, but like one of the bigger indie
But
games that's still
it's
afloat.
still an it's still an indie game. You gotta remember that.
Yeah.
Although you
So,
can criticize the company all you want because company is kind of, let's be honest.
yeah, I mean, the
Uh,
layoff and everything of the people who made the unknown thing, that was really disappointing.
so
I
RP fly
really,
high.
yeah, fly high for the people who made like one of the best teasers in DVD history. But no, either way though, about the new Rifts Pass though, that came out recently. Not too much fanfare from Behavior, surprisingly. Kind of just like the Dominus one got a lot of fanfare. It was basically like, oh, here's this trailer and everything for it and all of that, but Behavior just put out like a tiny little trailer, no live stream for it at all. And
Well,
no live stream
it's
for the
fine.
recent Resident Evil 2v8 stuff either.
Yeah. Oh, it's a fine rift. Not
Yeah.
bad.
It's an alright
The hunter
Rift.
skin is probably the best one, which is why it's all the way at the
Honestly,
end.
I like a lot of the killer skins. Some of the survivor skins are like iffy. Like
I never care about the survivor skins. I'm gonna be honest. I never care about that. I'm
the,
I'm here for the killer skins all the way.
that's fair. Like the blight skin on it is so good. It's like this like melting candle wax type thing, like with his face. And honestly, it kind of reminds me of like a Cenobite. Like it's like an
The whole,
unofficial
yeah,
Hellraiser.
the whole thing is BDSM themed,
Yeah,
and
BDSM with like, like
yeah,
pain and pleasure type of thing, and it's like,
yeah.
dude, was literally like a Hellraiser, like an unofficial
Hellraiser
Hellraiser.
is based off of BDSM, so it makes sense.
Yeah, so it's like with
Oh,
that's just a funny
I just
sentence.
love the. There's this really funny video. This guy calling it woke, and it's so
Oh,
funny.
oh yeah, I know. There's okay. This isn't really in our planner at all.
It's so funny. It just
we
came to
have our
my mind.
stuff
It's
here.
so funny.
But
So
yeah, no, Creeper, I'll go ahead and let you explain.
no, it's just this one video of this random dude with like 1K subscribers. I think he debated Spook and Jukes once. Kind of homophobic. And by kinda, I mean major. But anyway, this dude made a whole video, like I think it's like 13 minutes long, just going through the pass of the Rift, the newest one, and just calling it woke. And it's so funny. I literally commented on that video. If I made something like this, I would be so embarrassed. It's
Like,
such a funny video to watch though, because like I didn't realize this was considered woke. I guess I'm new to this.
I didn't know having any sort of kinks is woke now. So guys, remember,
Oh,
if you
call
have
me the woke
any,
police, the way I'd be policing the wokeness.
yeah, remember, everyone, you are woke if you have any sort of attraction to anything. As in,
Ooh.
if you are submissive, you're woke. Okay, so remember, the, even though Dead by Daylight is literally filled with quote unquote woke stuff, it is of course a
Oh,
left leaning
surprisingly,
game.
not many queer people. Only 3 queer people so far.
Yeah, which is funny too because most of the development team is like has a
All
lot
of
of,
guns.
yeah, like has a lot of LGBT people, but they don't really have like complete lot representation where
I
like
guess we
it's,
shouldn't say there's only 3 queer people. It's that there's only 3 confirmed queer people.
yeah, at
Because
least confirmed,
to be
yeah.
fair, a lot of the time when people don't have their sexuality confirmed, people just assume straight. So there could be more. We just don't know right.
Yeah, we don't know and it's not really confirmed at the
Yeah.
time. I
We only
mean,
know Susie, Chatterer, and David King.
yeah, which are like, yeah, the only ones right now. But I mean,
Only confirmed ones. There could probably be more. Behavior, surprise us. Matthew Cote, I know you watched the comment down below.
Matthew
Which
Cote, I
other
know
characters
you're
are
at your
queer?
computer right now watching this
I
podcast.
know. I know you. I know you're a big fan of us. I know. I know.
Eric
I know.
Pope, my friend,
My man.
my
My
man,
man.
my man.
My man.
But no, either way, yeah, it's just it was really goofy, anyways, because with Spook and Jukes has been calling out a lot of people, well, not like officially, because if he called them out officially, it's basically a net negative because it gives them more attention, um instead of just raising awareness to the issue with stuff right now, like with stuff like hacking and or people just being really stupid, Dead by Daylight, and toxic. When DBD
Yep.
in its core is a casual game with some competitive mindsets of people.
Yeah. It's
It
like
is
a party
okay.
game. It used to
Yeah,
be
it's a
more
party.
atmospheric, but it's not that anymore, let's be honest.
Oh
Hasn't been
yeah,
that for a while.
it has not been that for a while, but I mean, I still enjoy it, and this podcast will keep going until I don't enjoy it. Simple as
Yeah.
that.
And
And
then I'll steal his channel and delete it.
yeah, then
Delete the channel,
yeah,
not the not the whole
Creeper
everything.
Creeper
Gone.
will go full Mr.
You cross
Incredible,
me,
like
it's
with the
gone.
computer.
you, you cross me, I'm like Walter White, your everything's gone.
Yeah, everything is gone. But no, either way, that is basically, I'd say, all that's really there for the podcast now. There hasn't been much news, and it's been a bit more like, I don't know, it's been a bit more dry for content, really, about like a lot of stuff. And usually we like to make these like, we do like to make the podcast. It's just DVD is like a slow moving stone, and we need to wait for more stuff to come out so we can talk
Yeah,
about it and give our
yeah.
thoughts. Because you don't really have much to work on because the game has not a lot of content within like a past few months. Usually only
Winter
like
months.
cosmetics or whatever.
It's the winter months that are kind of slow.
Yeah, it's just like usually like winter months. It's usually kind of slow in DVD, but still, I'm gonna continue playing this game until it dies or I die. Simple as that.
Ooh.
And either that or I get sick of the game. But that will do
Whichever
it
comes
for,
first.
yeah, whichever comes first. But either way, thank you so much for joining us for another podcast. Say goodbye, Creeper.
and we'll see you in the fog.